Good morning, students. So we'll continue with chapter 8. Chapter 8, which is of geography, human environment. Okay. In this we have settlement, which we already completed. Then we have transport, which we are doing just now. And then you have communication. Okay. Communication. So here today, yesterday we discussed about roadways, right? Roadways in the transportation. Today we are going to discuss other means of transport. In that we have railways. First we will discuss about railways. Okay. So most of you have traveled in a train. Now you must have seen trains, right? You must have gone through the traveled by the trains. So what are the benefits of train? Okay, that we are going to understand. So the railways, basically, if you see, when we compare the railways to the roadways, what is there? If we saw that in road, when we travel on road, it takes a lot of time to travel, right? But the same distance can be traveled by train in less time. Okay, that way already discussed in the previous class. So, and also if you see by road, you cannot carry that much uh, goods which can be carried in the train. You must have seen the trains which carry goods, right? You see coals, uh, oil, that kind of thing are being carried from one place to another from trains, right? Now you see in one train there are 16-20 bogies, which is full of the products, okay, full of the goods. Now that much capacity cannot be accommodated in a small vehicle which moves on road. Yes or no? So here you can see that the railways carry heavy goods. They carry heavy goods and also people over a long distance, over long distances, quickly and cheaply, quickly and cheaply. So if you see, as I told, a railway is having um, uh, 15, 16 bogies. So those 15, 16 bogies are carrying goods, or 10 bogies are there. Each bogie is having 80 to 90 passengers, right? So like that, if you see those many people, that much amount of goods are being carried by the railway, by the train. But the same amount of product, same number of people, if you will carry from a vehicle which is running on the road, so you will have truck or bus. So those amount of product cannot be accommodated in a truck, right? You will need many trucks to accommodate that much of thing. Now that much number of people, to accommodate that much of number of people, you will need a lot of buses, right? So here what you see, they carry heavy goods and many number of peoples for long distances. Okay, and it take less time if you compare it to roadway. Okay, and quickly and cheaply. So by road, if you are going, suppose by road, if you are going from your own vehicle also, from Lakhisarai to Patna, it will take 6,000 rupees. You will need oil, no? Petrol, diesel, no? To run the vehicle, right? So it will take 6,000 rupees to reach Patna. But by train, if you are going in some 100 rupees, you will reach there, right? 2 to 300 rupees train ticket. In that you can reach to Patna. So it is very cheap if you compare to other transportation. Now there was evolution in the railways. Now what kind of evolution? Evolution is that means development. Okay, updation. So what kind of updation, what kind of evolution has been done in this? So earlier there were steam engines which used to run. Okay, now these steam engines were running by the coal. Coal were used to run these steam engines. Now if you see in that, a lot of smoke was coming out, and that was not good for environment. Now we have electric engines which run. Now we use electric engines which do not harm the environment. Fine. So this is how the evolution of railways has been done. Earlier steam engines were used, but now electric engines are used. Okay, which is like steam engines used to really, coal was used to get energy, and that coal, when it was burned, a lot of smoke was released, which was not good for the environment. But electric engine, if you see, they are eco-friendly, they are not harmful for the environment. Okay, because electricity is being used here. Understood? Now next is, you have super fast trains. Okay, now you have super fast trains which has been introduced in some places, and these super fast trains are so fast that they complete its journey very fast if you compare to roadways. Understood? And they just, if you are standing on the station, you will blink your eyes and the train will pass. Such a speed they are having. Understood? So in some places super fast trains have been introduced which make the journey faster. Okay, now you have advanced technology. As you know, the technology is every day developing, right? And new technologies are coming every day. So with the advancement of technological skill, what happened? It enabled laying of railway live in difficult mountain terrains also. Like earlier, if you see, as we discussed in the previous topic, that if you build road on mountains, it is very much difficult. You will have problem of risk of landsliding and all. Yes. Now to build a railway track also, the same problem you have to face, landsliding and all, right? And it is very difficult, if you see, to build a railway on the hilly areas, mountain areas. But as the technology grew, as the with the advanced technological skills, now it is possible on mountains also we can run the railways. We have the railways on the mountains also. Understood? Now if you see the Indian railway network, if you see the Indian railway network, you will find that it is very well developed. Understood? The Indian railway network is very well developed. Almost it is connected to all the places. Okay, and also it is the largest. It is largest railway network in Asia. Understood? It is largest railway network in Asia. That means in our continent. In our continent, Indian railway network is the largest network of railways, which is lengthwise. Understood? Lengthwise, Indian railway network is the largest railway network in Asia. Understood? Any question here? Anyone having any question, be quick to ask questions. Okay, I'm not going to wait for a long period of time. So please ask questions quickly, huh? If you have. Okay, any questions, anyone? Okay, so next is waterways. We'll move to waterways. Okay, if you don't have any question, I will move. So next you have waterways. Now, if we talk about waterways, now till now we were talking about railway and the roadways. And as I told in the previous topic, that railways and roadways can only connect you from inside the country. Understood? If you are inside the country, roadways and railways can connect you, but railway cannot take you to the other country, right? Or the roadways cannot take you to the another country. Okay, some far away countries are there, no? So they cannot take you there. So for that we have waterways. Okay, okay, I'm writing here, huh? Oh, here also it is not working. So we have waterways. Okay, and these waterways are cheapest. These are cheapest. Okay, now for what? For carrying heavy and bulky goods. Bulky goods for long distances. Okay, long distances. So if you want to go to, suppose this is India, and if you want to go to here you have ocean. Okay, so how will you go? Obviously, you cannot go by a road, no? There is ocean, right? So you need to go through waterways, right? And waterways will be the cheapest, where you can carry tons of goods. Tons of goods you can carry, all like a lot of tons. Okay, heavy and bulky goods you can carry for a long distance from India to Africa. If you want to go, you can go easily, and it is cheap if you see. Okay, it takes less money. Now if you see, there are two types of waterways. Okay, two types of waterways. You have inland waterways, sorry, inland waterways, and then you have sea route waterways. Sea route waterways. Okay, or sea routes. What is inland waterways? Now if you see, inside our country, if you want to move from one place to another, you don't have ocean, no, or sea. You have rivers. Inside your country, what do you have? You have rivers, right? Now so navigable rivers and lakes are used as inland waterways. Okay, that means the rivers and lakes on which you can move ships, okay, or boats. So those are used as the inland waterways. Understood? Because inside the country, if you want to go from one place to another, like suppose you have river Ganga, right? You have many rivers, no? You have river Ganga. Here one city is here on the bank of the river, okay, and one city is here on the bank of the river. And if you want to go from here to here, I or it is like this. Suppose this is the river, okay, and here is one city and here is one city. So how will you cross? Either you should have bridge, either you will cross it by bridge, or you can cross it by ship or boat, right? So for going to bridge, you have to take some route. It is not like you will reach here and just cross like that. Through road you have to go. It will be a long distance then. Understood? But by ship or boat you can just directly cross it, which will take less time and it will be cheaper also. Understood? So this is what it is told here. Navigable rivers, the rivers and lakes where you can move, okay, are used in inland waterways. So inland waterways are the waterways which is used in inside the country on rivers or lakes, okay. And such example is Ganga, Brahmaputra river. You have Ganga, Brahmaputra river, okay, in our country. Then you have Nile river, okay, which is the world's largest river. Then you have Nile river in inland waterways. Understood? Then you have sea route waterways, okay. So second is sea route waterways or sea routes. In this, if you see, sea routes and oceanic routes. Oceanic routes is the ocean route, through the ocean when you move, okay. Oceanic routes are mostly used for transportation, okay. And what are the things which are carried? So it is carried merchandise and goods from one country to another, okay. So from one country to another, if you want to go, as you know, if you want to go from India to other countries, you have oceans and sea, right? So when you are moving toward from that is called sea routes, okay. Now whatever goods you have, whatever products you have, whatever trade items you have, okay, that is being carried from one country to another by the sea routes. So how many types of sea routes are there? Two types of sea routes are sorry, how many types of waterways are there? Two types of waterways are there: inland and sea routes. Inland, you have to understand with the name only. Inland, that means inside the country. Inside the country you don't have ocean or sea, so you will move from the rivers and lakes, right? So those rivers and lakes from which you move inside the country, that is inland waterways. And outside the country, if you want to go from one country to another, you have sea or ocean. So those are called sea routes. Understood? Any question, anyone? For example of sea routes, you have Singapore, then you have Mumbai. In these places, you have ports, okay? Ports to go to another country. Mumbai, then you have New York port, New York, then you have Durban port. Here I am writing. Then you have Durban port. Durban port is in Australia. Okay, you need to remember. So you have